I'm Naomi of Conscious Healthy Mama, and today I want to introduce you to Warrior 3 pose, or Virabhadrasana 3 if you're feeling fancy and want to use the Sanskrit, which I kind of like to sometimes. So Warrior 3 pose is a fantastic pose for balance because you're balancing on one leg. But if you want to learn the basics of what you need to balance in that pose without balancing in one leg, you can start by balancing in table pose. So come onto your hands and knees, please. Now, if your knees are a little bit more sensitive, please do make sure to support them. So if you don't have a blanket to put underneath your knees, you can always kind of fold up your mat a little bit so that your knees have more cushion. Place your hands as wide apart as your shoulders and your knees as wide as your hips. And then give your legs a good squeeze and your arms a good squeeze towards the center line of your body so you're not kind of collapsed out, because a lot of balancing has to do with your legs and your core, engaging them in synchronicity. Okay, so squeeze in and then lift your right arm straight out in front of you. Okay, now if that's too much for your shoulder, you can bring your hand to your hip, but if you can, extend your right arm out in front of you and your left leg straight back behind you. Now make sure that your left leg's not twisting out to the side. Pull your left toes towards the floor. Squeeze, like pull from your fingertips in towards your body and pull from the tips of your toes in towards your fingertips. So it's like you're pulling from your fingers to your toes and from your toes to your fingers. And you should feel your core engage when you do that. Okay, so this is Warrior 3 with your knee down. Okay, and then place your right hand and your left knee down. Then take your left arm out in front of you. Pull in and up. And then extend your right leg behind you. And again, turn your right toes down and in a little bit. Lift up through your belly so you're not sagging in your center. And then keep pulling in from your fingers in towards your toes and from your toes in towards your fingers. And you should feel balance. Now at the same time, see if you can stretch out. Okay, stretch out from your center, from your belly button, out through your fingers and out through your toes. And then put everything down. Okay, so that pulling in is what gives you your power in towards your center, in towards your core. But if you only pull in, eventually it's going to feel really tight and rigid, and then you'll fall over, so you won't be balancing. So balance is fluid, right? Balance is not static. Balance is constantly in motion. So if there's anything that you learn about balance from Warrior 3, it's that you can't expect to be perfectly still, and instead you just kind of have to go with the flow. So now we'll play with Warrior 3 standing. It's basically the same idea. You're going to re-stretch out your mat just in case. And then coming up to the very front of your mat. And what you do with your arms is up to you. So you can have your arms alongside your body. You can reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling, or you can split the difference and bring your palms together in front of your chest. Okay, now stand on your right leg and take your left foot out in front of you just a little. And this is sort of like the precursor to balancing. Pull from your foot up towards your belly so you feel that same connection into your core. And then take your left leg straight back. Now you can give a little bit of a bend to your right knee, okay, which will, again, that's going to give you more fluidity in your leg and help you balance as you tip forward with your torso and your left leg goes up. Now press down through your entire foot, through the ball of your big toe, through your baby toe, and your heel, like a triangle. Reach back through your left leg as much as you stretch forward. And then keep pulling in as much as you stretch out. So you're pulling in, reaching out, and keep your palms together. You can extend your arms alongside your body, or you can take your arms alongside your ears and reach into the jungle if you have plants in front of you. And then come all the way back up to stand. Scoot back in my mat a little bit maybe. So I don't grab onto the vines to hold me up. All right. Second side, so you're going to stand on your left leg this time. Now be really sure not to lock your knee. So you don't want to pull your kneecap back and lock out your knee joint, because that will actually not make it easier for you to balance. It's actually going to help you bypass the muscles of your legs, which is no bueno when it comes to supporting yourself on your leg. So give your left knee a little bend. Take your right leg out in front of you a little. You can bring your palms together. Take your arms alongside your body, or if you want to challenge yourself, arms straight up. Okay, and then take your right leg back, and I'm going to bring my palms together, but right leg back as your torso comes forward. Now give your legs a good squeeze so that your right toes aren't pointing out. Remember, like in table, turn your toes towards the floor. I think that's the hardest part in Warrior 3. Okay, and as you squeeze your legs in, push back through your right leg and reach out through your torso. And you might even feel like, hey, I can stretch my arms straight out in front of me. I feel like king of the world or queen of the world, as the case may be. And then come all the way back up to stand. All right? So, did you notice how much work that was for your hamstrings? How much work that was for your booty too? So yeah, when you're balancing, you're gonna work your hammies, you're gonna work your butt, you're gonna work your core. A lot of work going on in that part of your body. So if you're feeling it there, good news. Okay, if you found that it was really hard to balance in one leg, good news, you're not alone, right? It's pretty challenging. Balance is one of those things that we lose as we get older. So it's really beneficial to keep working on our balance, even if the tendency is to wiggle and fall out of it, because just that practice is really good for our brains and really good for our bodies. So no sweat if you're falling out of the pose. Just keep getting back on that warrior three and pull in to find your stability in your center so that you can stretch out and get longer into your balance and expand into your balance and really begin to find that fluidity in the center. So hopefully this has been helpful in getting to know Warrior 3, because Warrior 3 is a really great balancing pose that will help you prepare for so many other balancing poses and really just help you access more of that connection to your center. So a really wonderful pose for that. Have a lot of fun playing with balance today, and I look forward to seeing you again on your mat tomorrow.